Hey,
It's another episode of Leave It on the Court with me, Jay Dines, and my little bro, Yon S. And we're here to talk basketball, everything basketball. But first, I want to give a shout out to my homeboys at Family Tree who hooked up the fade one time to keep me laced up every week for y'all. When you ever out in Oakland, California, make sure you go to 82nd and Hillside and go see my boy Rail, Barry, Sterling, all them at the shop. Man, it's fire all day, man. Like I said, Family Tree, Barbershop, 82nd and Hillside, Oakland, California. Now,
shout out to
this show. Today's subjects, we have Oklahoma City, New York City, Knicks, and we got Pet Peeves, and we're going to talk about this Jaylen Brown contract. But first, we're going to go West Coast always. West Coast, West Coast. I don't care what anybody say.
Coast,
Okay.
West Coast.
Holla at your boy, man. What you got for me?
So West Coast, Oklahoma City Thunder. They Oklahoma City has to be the blueprint for the rebuild.
Yeah.
Like this is how you rebuild.
Yeah. For sure.
15 notes. This is how you rebuild. With SGA and Chet and Josh Giddey, like their future is bright. And over the next 7 years, according to Adrian Wojnarowski, they still have what? I think he said this. They have 35 draft picks over the next 7 years. 35 different picks. 15 of the first round.
Yeah.
Picks.
Yeah.
That's how you build. You trade out assets like Russell Westbrook and Paul George, and you bring back picks.
Yeah.
So how you feel about OKC right now?
Well, the first thing I want to get out is that boy Chet is back. That's the first thing.
Oh,
I'm happy to see that. I know he happy to be playing again. Now that he back, we're gonna see what they look like. He played pretty good in the summer league. You know, he's looking healthy, ready to go. You know, this team is young. They want to win. They like each other. You know what I'm saying? Which is like one of the most important things is chemistry. You know, they know how to win with each other. They just young, so they need to know how to get over that next hump. I think bringing Chet back is going to be big because now they got somebody in the paint. That's somebody that team's got to worry about now. You can't just come to the hole, you know.
okay.
Thinking because I don't think last year they had nobody. They really had a threat in the front court to where somebody can, you know, stop them from getting to the basket.
Right.
So now that they got that, and their defense was already locked down, you know what I mean? To me, you know, they got them cool mid-range 6'7", 6'8" shooting guards. They got killers.
Yeah, bro.
These who can dribble. You know, they got good perimeter shooters. They got, I ain't gonna say good, average, above average, but they good out the corner. So they got multiple dudes. Like almost all their forwards can shoot out the corner, that corner three. And this team dangerous, man. Like they well coached too. Like, and the coach let the players be stars. Like he like Shea Gilchrist. He like, man, do your thing, man. Do what you do best. You know what I mean? So I like coaches that allow players to have freedom on the court and let them be their best, you know what I'm saying, their best self. So once they come back, it's gonna be crazy. You're gonna see. You're gonna see. I don't know what seed.
What's up?
I don't know what seed yet. I don't know. It's a lot of stuff going on, man. That West Coast is top heavy than a mug, man.
So what you got as a ceiling then?
Well, they ceiling like this year. Maybe second round exit. I think they're gonna run into a veteran team, and they still young, and that's what's gonna prevail. You know, the experience, unless you know, injuries, of course. And if they run into another team that's like young like them, I think they more prepared than that team would be because they play together. You know, so.
Before I ask about the win-losses for OKC, I got to ask you this. With Chet getting injured the way he did last year. I think he was playing with a couple of other stars in like one of these pro-am leagues. I don't know if it was Seattle or the Drew League or whatnot. Do you think that these owners are going to start writing into like the contracts to maybe stop playing like full court games, like actual games in the off season to
I
prevent
don't
these?
think I mean, I don't think they should. I mean, these injuries be anomalies. You don't hear them happen too often, like in the off season. Like it's very rare. I haven't seen. That was like my first time I seen somebody in one of those type of settings actually get hurt for the season.
Yeah,
So outside of Cousins, but Cousins wasn't on that big of a platform. He was just in a regular, what I'm saying, gym like a Y or something. And when he popped his knee, but you gotta let them play, man. It's basketball. You feel me? If you don't play, if you don't get no reps in, if you don't constantly be playing, like NBA is one of them things you can't turn it off. You maybe take a month off if you already established and you know what I'm saying, you're pretty good. But when you young, you gotta
yeah,
play, man. You gotta play because all these dudes gonna be coming at your throat, the top competition and all that stuff. So you gotta be able to, handle that from every level. And then when you in them courts, that's where the games be for real. Because you can talk like you won't, act like you won't. You know what I mean? You can actually hit a bucket and get in the nigga face like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have that. I feel like those games give you the edge. Give you that, that.
okay, okay, okay. I think that's also where a person like Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordans of the world, like, do they recruiting?
Mm-hmm.
Like, who are you?
Yeah.
Let me let me size you up so that when we get in big situations, I can go ahead and break you down because I already seen
What you been
what your tendencies are.
doing? Yeah.
But I think a lot of people was asking that question after that injury. Should we allow players to play in these pro-am leagues?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Chet injury was an anomaly. That was very rare. But as long as you don't start to see him more often,
Mm-hmm.
that it shouldn't be such a big deal. The only thing I'll look at is that these contracts are growing. They're getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And I would hate for somebody making $50 million a year have to sit out an entire season because he hurt playing pro-am.
Well, only thing I can think of is they create an NBA sanction league, outside the summer league because the summer league is so short. Maybe extend it or
Okay.
something, and then like
Yeah.
players, and then players like that, if they want to play, you gotta play, under our confines, so you can, still be actually working out for your team and not just on your own time. I can
Right.
see
Right.
that. Like, most players got the love of the game clause like Jordan had. So it'd be hard. It's gonna be hard to tell LeBron like, hey bro, you can't play in the summer. He gonna be like, come on, like for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Darren, bro, like, bro, somebody gotta get their ass busted this summer. Like, you feel me? I gotta practice these moves on somebody.
Okay.
Like, it's about perfection. Like, once you're in the league a year or two, now it's about perfecting your art. You can't do that sitting at home or just, working with the dribble coach because you can hurt yourself anytime. How many times have we seen football players and stuff just hurt themselves at home,
Yeah.
slipping, trying to get in the pool and playing around with their homie and stuff like that. So, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. See, you can do all that, right? Not have no conditioning, play the first game of the season and pull something
Hmm.
and hurt something and be done because your body ain't been conditioned for this type of playing for 2 or 3 months until the summer league started. And then most players that's paid don't even play in the summer league.
Hmm. I wonder if there like a sort of insurance involved when they do go and play in these programs. But
I'm
okay.
sure it is. I mean, that's why the injury just was just like he's injured for the season. It wasn't like no bad mark on the program so far as like immediately, like, no more players playing. Like, as soon as it happened, like, all right, all NBA players can't play no more. I'm sure they finished the game and then they had one the next week. Like, you know what I mean? So,
I just think there need to be certain conditions. There needs to be security Obviously, I think court seems to be to a certain standard.
I don't
Um,
think it was a court. It was LeBron big ass. Excuse my French.
hey, don't be
And
like
nothing to do with the hoop court. That man tried to stop LeBron and he built like a brick wall. He built like a feather. You know what I'm
he,
saying? He need to put some burgers on his butt and some, you know what I'm saying? And then, he'd be all
check
right.
15 pounds, man. He looking good. So wins and losses. Where do you think they're gonna finish?
I see him up in the upper
What's the ceiling?
40,
My
40s, 50s.
50s. You think so? You think they're gonna surpass 50 wins?
40 at least.
That's now I'm asking about their ceiling.
They
You think their
ceiling could
ceiling?
they ceiling, no injuries,
No,
50.
50.
Yeah, I think they can win 50. They dangerous, bro.
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
I'm really big on OKC this year. I ain't gonna lie. I all that young talent
Yeah.
together. I
And
think
they
they're
like playing, like I say, that's dangerous when you got a team that like playing with each other. Like,
right.
and they're young and they like doing it. So they already starting off where they want to, you know what I'm saying? They starting off from the beginning with each other. Like, we got our leader. We following him. He seems to be a good leader because everybody following him. So, and then he got an army behind him, man. He got some dogs behind him too, man. None of them dudes has got no like. I couldn't see no fear in none in their eyes. That's crazy too. When you got a whole squad full of like, let's go dudes. Like, I mean, a lot of times moments be big for players because they don't have the they just haven't been around long enough. You know what I mean?
Right.
Once you be around your team and learn how to run your plays. When you play these veteran teams, when you had the moments when you have like 7-0 runs, 10-0 runs, take that time out. You know how to come back in and take it back. I think this season might be that season where you see that. Like
Okay.
when they instead of just because they seem like they got to blow teams out or beat them by 10 or better for sure they win. So a lot of their close games they seem to get like but that's that young, not being old enough, not being veterans. But now this year they got that year under their belt. They showed everybody, but we got the tape. We got the tape on them. We got that involved too. The
Yeah.
teams got the tape on them. But that's why I think they still scary because Shea Gilgerou's been him for a minute, so the team still couldn't stop him.
Hey, bro was in MVP talks last year, averaging 31 points per game, y'all. So um, I got them plus 50 wins, and I got them comfortably making the playoffs. No more play-in for them. As long as Chet can stay healthy with both of the
They
Lugens Dort and both of the Williams, 6'10" William brothers, or well, I'll call them brothers, but because they got the same name. But
they got
those young is dangerous, man.
they got Bertans and Davis Bertans, and they got Victor Oladipo. I don't know why I can say that. Victor Oladipo.
What you
They got
tell
him too.
me? Yeah,
I think that this is one of Victor's old homes, so
right,
this
right.
be one of the
You know
things where you come back from.
what
He
about?
gonna have a lot of people, a lot of love. He got that battery in his back, you know.
Yeah,
So
shout out
hopefully
to
he
Oladipo,
come back from it.
man. If you come back fourth time, third time from this
He got
injury,
to
man.
believe in himself. See, the thing is, he's already told himself, he done defeated himself a couple of times in his mind. He has admitted that, so he has to correct that. He has to get that out of his brain. Look, it's just part of the game. Everybody get hurt when they fall through this. You got to stop thinking, I'm scared to go left. I'm scared to jump. Because once you got that in your brain, your career is over, buddy. I
Right.
don't care what it
So,
is.
on to the next subject.
All right, for sure.
We're gonna
We
take it
got
to
the
the.
Knicks.
We got these New York Knickerbockers.
All right. Mm-hmm.
Go New York, go New York, go. Psych. uh, New York Knicks. Surprisingly, looking like a run in the East these past couple years. Shout out to Julius Randle. Shout out to Jalen Brunson and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure. It was good to see the Knicks back in the playoffs, man.
Right.
It's been a long time.
Big market basketball right there. How you feel about the Knicks this year? What's their ceiling?
East, the lower half of the East always open to anybody. I think that something we're gonna talk about later. Randall needs to work over his overall game. The whole thing. He needs to also stay in shape. Just come back ready to ball. Bronson, he's a pit bull, man. I do like the pickups. They got Jaylen Martin, DiVincenzo, and what else was that? Who was that you said? Who else?
Yeah, they got the UConn guards back together. So they got Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, Brunson. Yeah, the whole back four.
Yeah. Who you think they should start at shooting guard?
What's up?
Who you think they should start at shooting guard? Quickly, Vincenzo or Hart?
Actually, I might mess you up with this one because I think that boy Quentin Grimes take a lead this year.
I like him. I didn't think he was gonna go there because he's so young.
I think he might be in a conversation for like most improved player this year, man. Dude, nice. He shot 40% from the three.
Yeah.
He's a two-way player. Like he was like one of the best defenders in the entire league. Like as a young cat, 6'4", physical. Actually, who I think should be starting at the two.
Because you say he started, you got Bronson, Grimes, Barrett, Randall, and what's that, Harstein, or how you say his name? Is Robinson still there? Robinson's still there, right?
Yeah, it's
so he would be starting. So he would be the starting center. Is Evan Fournier going to play this year? Because last year he said he only played 27 games, so I'm assuming he was hurt. So Mitchell Robinson, yeah, he would be the center.
Actually, about that because Evan Fournier and my dog Derrick Rose had a problem with Tom Thibodeau, their head coach, saying that they wasn't. What are they there for? You just got us here. We sitting on this bench. Do you have a problem with players speaking up about playing time like that so publicly?
Yes and no. If you're not somebody who can back up the talk you talking, then no. But if you somebody who's proving yourself like those two have, completely understandable. Why do you got us here if you're not gonna play us? What's the point? We have proven that we can put up the digits and do what we need to do when you call on us. What's the hold up? Especially when you got like Derrick Rose and he on this last leg, so he need to be proven. He's like on this prove it deal level, so he has to be, playing. So you not playing me is not only hurting the team, it's hurting me too because I can't, further my last half of my career trying to make me somebody. So, and the same thing with Fournier. He's on his last leg too. So it's like that's pretty much probably why they was tripping because you rarely hear Derrick, do that. He's pretty much a quiet dude. So what he was saying says a lot.
Just real quick, T Streets said 5th to 8th will be right above Brooklyn, 48 wins. Health will play will play a big role. So that's the ceiling he got for the New York Knicks. Mm-hmm. And I think T Streets might start some shit in New York, talking about New York going to be above Brooklyn this year. But we're going to see.
Yeah.
We're going to see.
I like Brooklyn team, but that's another day. We'll talk about that. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. New York is just a better squad. They are going to be better. If you can't see that, it's just, you don't know basketball. Unless, like I said, injuries is just always a thing. It's healthiness. At this point, it didn't used to be so prevalent, but now it is like a big, big thing. So it's just with these teams, to sum it up, it's just how healthy they can get. You can go a whole season with teams, everybody being like 80% healthy. Ugh. And then like that thing you were saying with the contracts for player gotta play a certain amount of games. People really gotta play.
Right.
Like, so this season could be very, very, very interesting. You know what I'm saying? I think New York is gonna be right up in the middle, somewhere like you say, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7. It all depends on if Giannis and them fall off. Philly, what Philly's the main key in it. Because I think they would, if they lose Harden and don't do nothing big, it might be a shift.
So, hey, that's a good point.
Because
that's a great point.
Because if Philly lose Harden and don't get nothing good back, you got Messi who's still proving himself, and you got Joel, but who else you got? Because regardless of what you think about Harden, 10 assists, 22 points, 18 to 22 points, that's dangerous.
It is. It is. So New York traded away Derrick Rose to Memphis this offseason, and then they also traded Obi Toppin to Indiana. So just a note that both of those are gone. Also, I kind of wanted to talk about the potential of Paul George being traded to New York. The LA Times reported that the Knicks called the Clippers about Paul George and potentially making a trade for him, but the Clippers were asking a lot for Paul George. So they just
the Knicks too. So they like, y'all got it. How many times have we heard this about the Knicks, man?
I'm gonna ask you this: Were the Knicks right in in to stop pursuing Paul George when the Clippers asked for a big number for
him? The Knicks are always wrong stopping pursue anybody. I don't care what you say. You need to put somebody on that team so they can get over the hump. I like New York winning. I like when like Chicago, New York, Miami, Philly. I like it when the top teams is up there playing, and New York is one of them teams. It's the Mecca. It's when you go there, it's supposed to be a dogfight. You ain't supposed to go there for no pushover team. So I like seeing when New York got a good team. So I'm not mad at whatever they do. They need to push the line. They spend their money on all that bull crap so far as the stadium and all these, amenities and stuff like that. They need to spend some money on these players and get somebody up there for real. T Street said they do need to kick the tires and take a look at Harden. But the Philly gonna do the same thing. They gonna want to, arm, leg, foot, toe,
Yeah.
A couple of earlobes. they gonna want all that, So who you willing to give up? And would he fit? Because Bronson is a true point guard. And Harden obviously doesn't want to be a shooting guard anymore. And he wants to play his way. And that's why he wants to leave Philly.
I understand that. I don't know. I kind of want to. I want to Dwayne O'Connor. I want to know what was LA asking for in return for Paul George. Paul George is 33, 34, and I think Paul George in return wanted a long-term contract. I think that's what it was. I think Paul George was asking for a long-term contract. So
that don't hurt the Knicks, though.
What's up?
That wouldn't hurt the Knicks. That would be a bad reason to turn away from the trade because of long-term deal. You got two things going for you. You get Paul, of course. Then you got somebody who's going to sell tickets. Bronson ain't quite got to that level where tickets are being sold. And Jaylen, you don't know what you're getting every night. You know what I mean? So Paul George to get people in the seats.
Yeah, he'll get people in the seats,
You
but
get that money back.
them bad contracts, kind of like the John Wall and Ben Simmons of the world. I just like if you give Paul George a 5-year
You
deal and he already
think he
30.
that bad?
What's up?
You think he on John Wall and that Ben Simmons level?
No, what I'm talking about is the contracts. John Wall got a bad contract. That's why he ain't playing right now. Ben Simmons got a bad contract because he's not playing.
But you see,
Paul,
Paul don't get no 5 year. He talking about maybe one of them good 3 to 4 year.
he said long-term deal. When I hear long-term deal, I'm thinking 5 years.
He done lost his mind. How injured dude gonna ask for long?
And that's what I'm saying, man. So I think he was
I
asking
can't
for
sometimes. I
five
just
40 million a year sort of ordeal, like what he got out in LA.
you
So
said a lot.
he
Did he
30
did, did,
he
did he not
32.
see Westbrook contract? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but did he not see?
Hey, hey, I think that's what he's asking for. And I don't think you give a player like if he can play 55, 60 games, fine. But I don't like at this point in his career, dude only played like 40 games a year.
That's why I laugh when you say if you can play like 65. You so funny. You a funny dude.
So
You're a funny dude. You're a funny dude. You stand up one day. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so. No, I think Knicks made the right move in just backing out.
I mean, I don't think the Knicks backing out is a good move on a good player. Like, but I feel you on a bad contract, so I'll give you that one. I still think the Knicks need T Street said, need to kick the tires on something, man. Get somebody big over there, man.
yeah,
But it's just long as dude is over there running the team, ain't nobody really want to play for them. Cause something gonna happen, dude.
you think so?
Yeah.
Which
I'm telling you, man, he got something on the low, man. I'm telling you, when he done owning that team, something gonna come out about my boy. I'm telling you, watch. You a weirdo. You heard
I
it here
just think that
first. Leave it on the court. Knicks owner's a weirdo.
yeah, Obama wants something back off that return. This new stadium hitting those pockets. Facts.
Yes.
This New York, man, is one of the richest states in the entire country. They got it. They got it. I think
Well, he's one of the richest dudes in life, so he got it.
he
Like
got
it's like,
he got it.
oh,
But
I
yeah,
lost 100 million. Oh,
I do think
let me
they
drop
should
a figure for you.
in a big name to the New York market. It's good for basketball.
Yeah, for
True.
sure, man. The Mecca, man. When you come there, when you gotta play somebody hard in the Mecca, it's
Yeah.
always great. Because then when you bust somebody, you become famous. You know what I mean? It don't really mean nothing no more. 55 in the Garden don't mean what he used to in the 90s. You know,
Yeah, because
but you
when
stand for something, you breaking records or something.
shout out to Steph Curry, 3-point record in the Garden.
Mm.
Um, if I'm the Knicks, they ain't really made no huge splash this offseason. They got Dante DiVincenzo, so they put the UConn backcourt back together. But give New York a big name and watch the NBA soar. I really believe that.
Well,
So,
see,
um,
the thing is, too, this wasn't one of them big free agents, type off season to where it was just a lot of players up for grab. That Bradley Bill trade was kind of like out of left field on people, you know. So it was kind of like some strange. It was more like a strange season as far as trades and stuff like that. So
let's see. Think anyone will bring any of these China or overseas players in, like Dwight or Wall, that can make a team go over the top?
I think the White has more of a chance than Wall to help a team.
Wall
Wall,
can make
I think his career is over so far as pro basketball NBA style. Like, but much as I hate to say it, but like Dwight can make a difference. I think if JaVale can play, Dwight can play.
yeah.
I don't understand why he didn't play after I seen him score almost 100 points in China. I don't care. I'm giving him 10 days. I don't care.
Dwight can make a splash on my favorite team, the Golden State Warriors. We need size.
Yeah. And the
So
Brooklyn, so them looking at him, I think they should. I think I think he would fit in just like JaVale did when they
yeah,
won that championship with him. He would be the same role, a veteran big man that can come in, give you 10, 15, and 20 minutes of hard basketball, be a
if I
threat at be a threat at the basket. You know, people. I don't care what anybody say. Anybody who's willing to block a shot and they're 7 feet tall, you think twice about going to the basket. So
so on to the next subject.
for sure.
Jay Dizzle. Is
Yeah,
Jaylen
Jaylen. The highest played basketball
is
player
there?
in the league. How are you the second
5
player
million.
on your team, and you the highest paid player in the NBA?
Say that again.
How you the second? You know, the second supposed to be the second fiddle on your team, but you're the highest paid player in the NBA. How you do that?
You do that because of timing, and
Mm-hmm.
you do that because of the 2023 market.
Appreciate it, really, real.
The the way the NBA is set up, because of the strong players union, because the NBA is gaining more revenue, because new TV deals, these players are pushing the cap on how much they can get paid.
That's an understatement. Yeah,
The, the market was there.
yeah,
Boston didn't want to, Boston didn't want to lose them for nothing.
yeah.
Okay, so it was either I can let him walk for nothing, I can't get anything back, or I can pay this man, and we'll
Yeah.
figure out everything else down the line. But I don't know. It sounds like you got other feelings about it.
Check this out. Anybody that can't dribble ain't getting 300 million for me. I don't care what you talking about. Straight up.
Oh man.
You gotta show me you can dribble first, brother.
Oh man. What do you mean by that? That he can dribble first?
Mm. Well, probably averaging like one of the highest, turnover ratios purely off dribble turnovers
Okay.
in the playoff there, like last year. Like he's a turnover machine. Even I saw an interview with Avery Johnson. That was like the first thing I'm proud of you. Second thing, work on your dribbling. Like it's you got to do that. It's just something. I feel like when you give somebody who's already complacent money, they make them more complacent. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
He already getting played. He already getting paid, and he ain't worked on it. Now you finna give him money, and you think you finna work on it?
Ooh.
Or you think you finna get paid, and he gonna take it serious and actually go in the gym and do what he need to do?
Ooh. That that hit hard. Stop. Uh,
We keeping it
okay.
real. We just saw what happened to Jordan Poole, man. His game actually declined after he got paid. Just keep it a buck.
Let me
I don't
see
think
what.
Jaylen is that kind of dude. I think he I want to believe in him, man.
Okay.
But it's scary giving a young dude that kind of money, man. 300 million. Come
So Teacher said he's under the second most pressure this upcoming year,
on.
and
Yeah.
that is facts. I think
He gonna
that kind of
have
put
a
a
target on his back.
okay.
Go
So
ahead. I'm sorry.
let me say this: the man, 26 years old.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
he's 26 years old. He hadn't entered his prime yet. Okay, that's how Jordan Poole plays. Shout out to Will, BBM on the map. He's 26 years old. He hadn't hit his prime yet.
Yeah.
The last 5 years, he's him along with the Boston Celtics has at least made the Eastern Conference Finals 5 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, him and Tatum. So they're doing something right. Um, he's capable of playing 65 plus games. So I think that's going to put him in MVP talks, especially if Tatum go down.
You believe in this? So you like him like that?
Under the right circumstances,
That's
yeah. Under the right circumstances, yeah. I think he's a high character guy. And what I mean by that is he'll understand how to work on that left hand.
You want to hear where I hear flaw in your logic because you know you're wrong. That's why you're doing what you're doing right now because you know you're wrong, and I know you all your life. So I know you're out of pocket right now. This man can't dribble, and he's got $300 million in his pocket. Now you put a man who can't dribble, and now you done put a target on his back. He's the highest paid player in the league. Everybody's gonna want him to prove it. You don't think the first thing they're gonna do is attack that?
I think they are, and I think he's ready for it. See, the thing is, I'd be concerned if he didn't have nobody behind him. But he do got Porzingis. He do got Tatum.
Do you
He
think
do
jealousy plays a part?
jealousy from who?
Tatum behalf.
Tatum. Tatum is going to get paid, guaranteed,
Okay.
and I bet it's going to be more than Jaylen Brown
It better be.
because Jaylen Brown made second team, Jason Tatum made first team. So I hope Jason Tatum not counting that man pockets like that.
Yeah,
But
we ain't seen it before though.
But I think Jason Tatum's going to get paid. So no, I don't think there's any jealousy there. I would be more concerned if he played on a sorry team. But Jaylen Brown's a high character guy. I think that his left hand will get better. And I think it's going to constantly improve. He know what the scouting report is now.
Okay.
You
Go ahead, finish.
don't,
Go ahead.
I'm asking you a question. You don't believe in Jaylen Brown?
No, finish. Finish making
I was saying he's
I won't take a Jade Hines moment, but go ahead. Finish.
all I'm saying is Jaylen Brown. He's in the top 2% in the whole NBA because
Okay.
he made the second team All NBA. Okay, is in considerations for All Defensive Team. Okay, he just had the best year of his career statistically, and then I think there is some sort of recency bias because he did have a poor playoff outcome, but he's not the only star to ever do that.
Yeah.
So there's 304 million. Not only do I like him getting that because he's such a high character guy, he was talking about resurrecting Black Wall Street.
No,
So
I
that
get
just
what
turned
you're
into
saying. I'm
Jaylen Brown.
happy for him in those regards. I've seen some stuff about him, interviews. He's a good dude, for real. So in those regards, yes, I'm totally happy that he, hit this benchmark so far as, contracts. It's
Right.
like I said, on those regards, couldn't come to a better brother, There's always love on that type of stuff. But
Cool.
give me a second. Jaylen, it's your boy Jaylen Hines, man. Listen to me, brother. I do this every show, at least once.
Mm-hmm.
Go work on your dribble, bro. That's your only thing you need to be working on this season. It's
Ooh.
your dribble and your 3-point consistency,
Ooh.
bro. If you do this, I'm telling you, you'll be the most deadliest shooting guard in the league. I guarantee you. You already hard body, bruh. Pause. By the way, work on your dribble, man. Get your 3 points. Shooting more consistent. Man. Get up there in the upper 30s, 40s, up in there somewhere, man. You a great dude. Just make yourself a great player, man. Work at it. Feel me?
Work at
Work at it.
Work at I'm high on Jaylen Brown. I am. And I think that I hate when folks have. You know what? I'm gonna say that one for pet peeve. I'm gonna say that one for pet. I gotta write that down. I don't. People have something to say about players getting paid, but what about the guys that be underpaid? What Steph Curry wasn't making, what what he was supposed to be making, or like when Scottie Pippen wasn't making what he was supposed to be making. Like, where was all the chirping then? But
Well,
when
Jordan wasn't making what he was supposed to be making either.
he sure wasn't. He sure wasn't.
But see, that's the price of having a great team. And Tom Brady, all the great players know it's going to be greater later. You know, and that's what we used to talk about this in another episode before, is that be great now. Because if you maintain greatness, you will get what you need to get. You know, it's no, once you 5-6 years in, you got 2-3 years, 5-6 years in, 2-3 championships, stuff like that. You can ask for what you want.
Okay.
You can go to where you want. And that's the problem. They got it backwards. They trying to get paid first and then try to become great later when the league gonna pass you by when it's another dude more hungry than you that's gonna get both. He finna get
So you
paid and get the rings. Now I'm not saying don't go get your money,
okay?
but the plan is always supposed to be great. Be the greatest basketball player ever. That should be the plan.
Of course.
You know,
T Street says no one has ever made what they're worth. Ooh, that's a big one. You have to learn to play the system. That's universal, even bigger than the league. Ooh.
mm. See, I think the players like the LeBrons and the Stephs, they know how to make their money outside the league. That's how you play the league. Like the contracts is gonna be what they are. But when you out here having $200 million shoe deals, $100 million insurance, commercial deals and stuff like that, that's how you get paid. You know, those contracts come straight to you and ain't over no longevity type thing. Overtime. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Overtime type thing, you get paid, you know. So that's how you make your money in the NBA. That's why, the great ones that's maintaining their money level is these who have all these other things going on outside of what they got going on. Production companies, shoe deals, and a lot of dudes is taking more ownership over their shoes. They trying to make brands like LeBron trying to make the next um, um, Jordan brand. He wants his shoes to be iconic as that. Even though he's with Nike, he's trying to separate himself. And that's what you should be thinking when you do those type of deals. And then being like AI was smart enough. He was like, right, Reebok is paying him for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
He signed a lifetime Reebok deal. Stuff like that, that's intelligent stuff. Even if you hurt, injured, can't play at 26, whatever, for the rest of your life, you're getting paid. So that's how you get paid.
Body by Me saying I'm getting my bag first. It's all business. I heard that, man. Yes.
Yeah.
I
hear you.
I'm with
him. But I mean, you get your bag first, and then you're sitting at home with no legacy. Because I don't care what anybody say. Every basketball player, if you go to the league, you want to be talked about with the greats, if that's what you're really here for. So yeah, you can be paid because everybody get paid when you great, when you good. You're gonna get a nice contract. It's what you make of it that you do with your money, and if you got outside other money coming in, if you great. But the point, like I say, always, from my point of view, this is my point of view. If you come into the league, the only goal is to be a champion and to be recognized as a legend, as the best player to ever touch a basketball. If that ain't your goal in the league, something wrong with you. Money comes with it, because when you're great, that just falls in your pocket. The money falls in your pocket. You can be average and paid if you want. I mean, that's cool. And I'm not saying that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Or what he's saying. But what I'm saying is that I feel like that gets lost in translation when people are playing. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of great sets. So.
Yeah,
okay.
There's a lot of great sets injured, but there's a lot of great sets not. It's part of basketball. It's part of putting in the work.
Yeah.
If you go through your whole career, if anybody ever told me they went through their whole career without getting hurt and made $100, $500 million and won championships, I'll show you a liar all day. You know what I'm saying? And it's part of it. So you can't go into your career thinking, well, if I get hurt, I better get paid. That's what happened to Scottie. And what Scottie get? He got peanuts. And what he ended up doing, winning 6 championships. What about all those stories? I'm trying to be that guy. I ain't trying to be that guy. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be Mike. Mike didn't make a lot of money, and then 3 championships later, he's getting $30 and $40 million a year. Like every time I touch the court, every time y'all sign me, I'm getting 40. It's 40, 80. You know, he became the highest paid player just that quick. You know, and guess what? He had already had 3. So, you know.
So look at the Schroeder.
That
Yeah.
was
So
his
Dennis.
fault, though.
Dennis
That was an intelligent. He wasn't moving right with his agents and stuff. That was just stupidity. That's different.
was
That's
supposed to
different.
take the money away.
Because he never wasn't going to be more than what he was. So he was the type of dude that needed to sign that contract right then and there. Because he wasn't going to be no better than what he was right then. We're not talking about that dude. And he's already been in the league 10 years, 5, 6, 7, 8 years or whatever by that time. So
Yeah, Dennis
he needed that.
on himself. So I think the moral of the story is get the bag. Get the bag because in today's NBA, even when you get the bag, even when you sign a long-term deal, because it's the NBA, you can request a trade. Not like the NFL, you request a trade, they rather sit you out
Yeah.
than to pay you or trade you and get something in return. They rather sit you out, sit you down. That's why I'm the NBA. So
and be great also, man. Get your
and
money, be great in the process, man. It's nothing wrong with hard work. I bet you if you really want that bag, you put it in the work. You know, we talking about little change, small change, you know.
so I'm in this segment here just with a salute to Jaylen Brown. Get paid, young brother,
Yeah,
get paid.
for sure,
On
man.
to the
Good job.
next subject. First time. And I think this might be a staple of Leave It on the Court. We're going to get into pet peeves of
Oh
the
my
NBA.
God. Jesus Christ. These
Or
dudes.
I'm burning. And I ain't going to
What we
lie.
doing?
It might get
What are we doing?
it it, it
What
might be disrespectful. It
what are
might.
we doing out here?
So, big bro, I'm gonna let you go first. And
Draymond Green. Yo, check this out, Playboy. Check this out.
come on,
Hold
man.
on. One of my
Come on, man.
bruh,
Not
how
Dre.
is it
Okay.
you play with 2 of the greatest shooters ever?
Hush.
You
Already
ain't got
know,
no jump shot.
but ain't got no jump shot. That's a pet peeve.
Dude, one of my pet peeves is when you got somebody next to you that can show you something to make you a great player and you don't use it.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
What?
It's not like he's been there for a year or 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. And this goes across the board with anybody. If you got AI on your team, if you don't ask him to take you in the corner, ask him how to do that crossover, something wrong with you.
What's wrong with
Something
you?
wrong with you.
Field ball.
If you play with Michael Jordan and you don't ask him how he do that turnaround, that fadeaway, it's something wrong with you.
Okay.
It's something wrong with you.
Okay.
And you're a team for a reason. Like I said, when I played out in Canada, me and my homeboy, we used to play this game they called 7.
Yeah.
And by the end of that trip, I was making 7 straight because I did not want to do no push-ups. Straight up.
Shout out to E
Straight
Mac.
up.
Yeah.
So he can do things like that. What's your ritual? You ain't gotta practice with him. You just go maybe do like 2 practice with him, get the little, get the ritual down, and then you should start practicing. You want to get practice on defense and rebounding for so long, bro. If I kick it to you in the corner, I need you to make that shot at least, half the time, brother. Like
Yeah.
I'm only shooting like 4 or 5 times. All I need you to do is make 2 or 3 of them things. Now, look,
Okay.
I was just watching the thing on him when he was averaging like 17 points or something like that, and it was spanking Cleveland,
Yeah.
bruh.
Okay.
The
Before I get
difference shows right there. It shows right there when he was up there giving dudes a business 17 to 20 points. It was
yeah.
a wrap. It was a wrap.
Before I give you my pet peeve, Draymond did say on his podcast, shout out to Draymond Green, he said that before Kevin Durant got there, he was shooting 37% from the three-point line, which is a great number. But he was like, after Kevin came, he was like, someone had to sacrifice. And it wasn't going to be Klay Thompson, and it wasn't going to be Steph Curry. So he was like, well, let me just play bully ball, let me pass, let me set other guys up. And he was like, with that, his confidence left.
Yeah.
That's my little tidbit. Okay. My pet peeve is where the hell, because we're speaking about the New York Knicks too. Since we, where the hell does RJ Barrett get his confidence from? And DeAndre Ayton. Why are they shooting this many shots? Why? Like, okay, if you have a good game, do it again. That should build confidence.
Yeah.
But if you have one good game a month and you shooting 5 from 25, like on average, like you have one of the worst field goal percentages in the NBA, but you keep shot chucking. Why do you still have that much confidence? Why are you not working on your game? Why is your percentages still this low? So my pet peeve is their confidence. Why do they have this much confidence? Where did it come from?
Wow, that's big,
Bruh.
And you know what? Okay, well, that's crazy you say that because you have to have confidence when you come on the court. You gotta have that swag, like nobody can touch you. But when it's what's the word I'm looking for? Not it's right there on the tip of my tongue. I don't want to keep it going, but unwarranted. There we go. When it's unwarranted confidence, I could understand that. So if that's what you mean, it's unwarranted. Okay, I feel you. But you gotta have you gotta have that dog in you. But at the same time, you can't. It's like somebody who's intelligent that uses it half the time. That's like somebody who is like 4.0 student, but to go outside and somebody starts shooting and they run towards the bullets. Like you don't think that makes sense, right? So,
have you ever played with anyone, a shot chucker, but he missing everything?
Yes.
It makes me so mad. Why you keep shooting, bro? Stop. Stop. You're making us lose at this point. Go back and work on your game. Let me see you work on your game. Like Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, coming to this man, hey, you're losing games for us. Why are you not putting in the extra work? Because he can't be putting in extra work for the amount of shots he takes.
But
he takes shots.
The dangerous part of giving these young dudes money. You know what I mean? The complacency. When somebody comes and they sit up there and they get that money and them 5 in the morning workouts start turning to 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And 9 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And then now I'll just work out with the team. Like, you know what I mean? It's stuff like that. You feel me? And so it's like that's the other half of that. Unless you got a stand-up guy like Jaylen who probably instead of going out, he gonna go put in the work. You know what I mean? What you gotta do, like he's in New York, bro, with paper.
Dude, I'm saying though,
that's crazy.
We trying to win. Like BBM said, they told him he was the #1 player. Behind who? Like I can't.
Bronson is clearly their #1 player. That's clear.
That's clear. Julius #2. So for you to be taking 20 shots a game, dog, that's disrespectful. Stop it. You making us look.
He'll have a game where he hit for like 30 or something, and then he think he think he the man.
Yeah, two or three 30-point games a season don't count shit. Like when RJ Barrett decided to put in the work, and that shot becomes more consistent, and he can shoot like maybe at a 38% clip from the 3-point line, the Knicks will be dangerous. But until then, stop, bro. Stop. Go practice. Go. So, what's your next pet peeve, bro?
I'm a point guard, man. So dribbling, man. This dribbling, like this thing which you do, making all this money, you can't dribble.
Okay. Man. But who you talking about?
I mean, look, I'm gonna leave that brother alone.
Okay,
we're gonna talk about your boy. Since you didn't talk about it, we're gonna talk about your boy Julius. How you can't go right.
Right.
Do you know how deadly you would be if you can use your right hand?
Bruh.
Everybody's expecting you to go left, and guess what? You're going left.
Bruh.
Would you go fast? Like what? Come on, bro. Like, just bring it to the bro. Like, if I'm a coach,
yeah,
I'm taking his left arm to his hip. Like we doing practice like this, bro. Whole practice.
Whole practice.
Whole practice. You just right hand everything. Like, you know what I mean? You can't do nothing. All your shots, everything, your jump shot, your free throw, everything that to that right hand is as good as his left. You know what I mean? It's just across the board. There's just so many dudes. Because you know why? Everybody's practicing on their shooting. So all the fundamental stuff that you should know isn't practiced on as much.
Yeah.
Because everybody like, I ain't gonna be dribbling that much because I'm gonna be too busy shooting. But they don't understand that when you start playing these teams, you know how to play defense. You gotta dribble yourself into your offense.
Yeah, give Julius Randle a left and a right hand. We got a hell of a player. That's facts. That's facts. T Street.
Yeah.
So okay. For you to have been a disciple of Kobe, and what I mean by that, you played with Kobe Bryant. He gave you the blueprint. He said, when you get off the plane, go find your nearest gym. Don't go to your hotel. Don't go to the casino. Don't go find no women. Go to the nearest gym, get up shots, and work. You're a disciple of Kobe. You got exposed like 3 years ago in the playoffs that you can't go right, okay? And then you return the following year and you still can't go right.
Mm-hmm.
We on year 3 or 4 now. Why you can't go right? And you get paid this super amount of money, and you
just said it.
And at what point you were the star on the team, and you still can't go right, Julius? Come on, bro.
You just answered your own question, man. Because he say I ain't been going right all this time, and they pay me anyway. So,
and we talked about that too, because these players get paid off potential, because they know, just like T Street said, if he get a right hand, he gonna be dangerous. He gonna be dangerous.
But
that's strong.
Talking about the being great thing. If this is something that you know, like players know, man. Players know when you're a ball player for real. Well, I ain't gonna say all players, but when you're a dog and you like, boy, if I was to get this right off. Or like I'm right-handed. If I was able to just break a dude down with my left, like if I was able to go up and then he come up with me and I fake it and just I used to dream about shaking, like doing a reverse layup on a dude with my left hand and stuff like that, and then actually go practice that just because I wanted to make somebody look bad, like you know what I mean?
Because I know as a defender, you got to play me straight up now. You can't just
you can't leave me nowhere.
Ass down on my left hand.
So I mean, this crossover is you're a rat, because it's like I can get you either way. If you give me one inch either way, you done for. You're done for. You know what I mean? And these are the things, like I say, it's those type of things. I'm wondering why these dudes be the way they are. They wired the way they are because you get paid to do this. You ain't got nothing else to do. This is what your job, your actual job is, to be great, be good at your job. So I'll be trying to, like, if you like money, like, because if we're basing this off money, man, it's just, it makes me so sick, because all translate to you getting paid. And we don't talk about you want to get paid. Be great, dog.
Be great, dog.
Be great.
So
that's the difference between 50 and 300.
So if you're seeing this, dog, I hope you're in the gym right now working on your right hand, and I hope you do that. Just nothing but right hand stuff, man. Lay up.
It's gonna come back around if you still doing this. Because once the season starts, we're watching everything we talk about, man. Everything we talk about will be, things we will be looking for this season. So don't think this, we got to do this off-season chat because ain't nothing going on. But once the season kick off, to all our fans, man, I ain't seen nothing yet. It's about to get ugly for a lot of these dudes. So we on their ass, for real.
So on that note, this has been another episode of Leave It on the Court.
Yeah, man, we just left it on the court for everybody who, came and tuned in. We appreciate all the messaging and everything. You can check us out in a minute on YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell, make sure you get all the new episodes. Like I say, once the season starts, we're going to start trying to pick up the episodes so you can get more stuff, more content. We're working on more content and different things we want to do with the channel. Pretty soon, I'm going to have football side to the channel for all you football lovers. It's going to be called The Interception. Look out for that from your boy one time. So we got a lot of things in the work, and we just need y'all support. We need y'all to come holler at us. Keep coming in, keep filing in, keep supporting the channel. You know, in a few weeks, we're going to try to have another supporter up on the channel. So we need you to come into the lives. Also, leave your leave the messages so we can get you up here so you can be a part of the show. This is a fan-based show. We want you to be a part of this as much as possible. We just do this because we love this, but it's about y'all. Y'all gonna make us big. Y'all